Okay, San Francisco 49ers were the NFC West champions, finished 11-4-1. That tie was against the St. Louis Rams last season, and they were a Super Bowl runner-up. The Pros, the third best defense in the league, fourth in pass defense, fourth in rush defense, allowed 273 points, second best in the league. Jim Harbaugh is a head coach and scored 397 points on offense, averaged 24.8 points per game, which is ranked 11th in the league. Cons, Jim Harbaugh's wacky strategy can sometimes backfire. I mean, sometimes his strategy works and other times, well, like I said, it blows up in his face. Well, backfires. You get the drift. The passing game needs to improve because they were ranked 23rd last year. You know, go from Alex Smith to Colin Kaepernick. Speaking of Colin Kaepernick, he is a huge question mark. And now everyone is labeling him as he's an elite quarterback. He's a superstar and this, that, and the other. Oh, boy. I'll get into that later on in the future videos. So, can he help the San Francisco 49ers get back to the Super Bowl in 2013 NFL season? That's the question mark. Seattle Seahawks, second in the division, finished 11-5, lost in the second round of the playoffs last year due against the Atlanta Falcons. Pros are fourth ranked defense, sixth in pass defense, 10th in rush defense, first in points allowed. They only allowed 245 points. Scored 412 points, which is ninth in the league on offense, averaged 25.8 points per game. Third rushing offense, which is they had third in rushing offense, and Russell Wilson as the quarterback. He played really well in his rookie season. Cons, they have to improve their overall offense, for they were ranked 17th, just a little bit, but their passing game, it needs to improve a lot because they're ranked 27th. And overconfidence, let alone cockiness, will work against them. St. Louis Rams, third in the NFC West, finished 7-8-1. That tie was against the San Francisco 49ers in 2012 season. Pros, well, the defense itself, it was average. They were ranked 14th overall, points allowed, 14th. Pass defense, 15th. Rush defense, 15th. Steven Jackson as the running back, he was their main weapon, but now he's gone to Atlanta Falcons. And the only good thing to say about the offense, they were ranked 18th in the passing game. The cons, they only scored 299 points, which is ranked 25th, only averaged 18.7 points per game. And their overall offense were ranked 23rd. And on the offensive side of the ball, they had 130 penalties. That's not good. And Sam Bradford is a huge question mark. Can he get it done? Can he help the St. Louis Rams get to the playoffs, like the critics say? We'll find out when 2013 season rolls on in a couple of months. Arizona Cardinals, last in the NFC West, finished 5-11 last year. The Pros, special teams, 12th ranked defense overall, 5th in pass defense, 17th in points allowed, 357 points. Oh boy, here we go. The cons, worst offense in the league, worst rushing offense in the league, 28th in the passing game, second worst scoring offense in the league, only averaged 15.6 points per game. The quarterback situation was just garbage. And last but not least, the offensive line was just flat out terrible. They allowed 58 sacks. That's the most in the league. You're not winning too many football games if the offense stink. Anyway, my final predictions for the NFC West. Seattle Seahawks 13-3. San Francisco 49ers 12-4. Arizona Cardinals 7-9, and the St. Louis Rams 6-10. Now, the NFC North, which is I turn over the page, the Green Bay Packers, NFC North champions, finished 11-5, lost in the second round in the playoffs last season against the San Francisco 49ers. The pros defense was really good. 5th in points scored, 433 points, and averaged 27.1 points per game. That's on the offensive side of the ball. And 9th in pass offense. The cons, the offensive line gave up 51 sacks. That just can't happen. Aaron Rodgers had been sacked 168 times in the past couple of years. Come on, offensive line. Get it together. And a little running game, which is ranked 20th. They barely used it. And the defense will give up some big plays from here and there. So if they can address those issues, they'll be fine. Minnesota Vikings, the surprise team of 2012 last year, and I was definitely surprised. I was shocked that they made the playoffs. So they were in second in the NFC North, finished 10-6, and lost in the first round of the playoffs last season against the Green Bay Packers. Pros, MVP, Adrian Peterson all day. Defense ranked 16th overall and made the playoffs. Like I said, that's the shock. Cons, Christian Ponder, he's still a question mark. The jury's still out on him. Backup quarterback situation. Has anyone watched that game between the Packers and the Vikings last year in the playoffs? Joe Webb looked like he was scared to throw the football. He couldn't do anything. He had that deer in the headlight syndrome. Good God, he was just terrible. Wow, good thing he switched from quarterback to wide receiver position. Nice one. Not enough offensive weapons and a pass defense. I'm not talking about, they can get after the quarterback. I'm more worried about the secondary for the Minnesota Vikings. They have a tendency to give up big plays here and there. So they're ranked 24th in the pass defense. Chicago Bears, 3rd in the division, finished 10-6 last season. Lovie Smith got fired. The plus, 44 takeaways, best in the NFL, allowed 277 points. That's 3rd. And rushing offense, ranked 10th. That's all good. Negatives, 44 sacks allowed. The offensive line, of course, Jay Cutler has been sacked 148 times in the past couple of seasons. It's more to do with everybody. It's not just the offensive line. It's more to do with the offensive coordinator, Jay Cutler. For some reason, he will make the first read. If he sees his receivers open, he will not throw the ball. He will just hang on to the ball far too long, and he just gets sacked. I don't know why he do that. The 5th worst offense team in the league, 28th overall. They got to find a way to get better. They got to find a way. And they got to stop relying on Brandon Marshall. That's what I saw. They relied on him far too much. And you can't do that. So, and the Detroit Lions, 4th in the NFC North, which they finished last, 4-12 last season. The plus, 3rd in overall offense, 2nd in passing offense, due to Matthew Stafford, of course. And the defense is above average, 13th. Negative, very little usage of running game. I apologize. Ranked 23rd. The secondary is still a suspect, and discipline issues. I mean, if they can somehow be a disciplined football team and not make boneheaded mistakes, let alone shoot themselves in the foot, it could be a dangerous team. They could win 10 or 11 or, dare I say, 12 games every year. And you got to look at the head coach, Jim Schwartz. Anytime you got a coach like him acting all crazy, the players think, hey, it's okay. So, here's my final predictions for the NFC North. Packers 11-5, Vikings 8-8, Bears 9-7, and Lions 7-9. Get ready for the NFC East and South. Boy, I can't wait for that. Hopefully it's not going to be like 20-minute video. Check y'all later. What's your picks and what's your thoughts?